Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and the free-to-play season is very much upon us. Last week we had an artifact totally for free, and this week we have Valentine's Day, another really good free-to-play event. A lot of budget or free-to-play players ask me why is Idle Heroes so pay to win, but these people probably started on the back end of last year. People who have actually experienced the beginning of the year as we go through spring and into summer will know that a lot of the events we will go through, such as Valentine's Day, Easter, and all the stuff after New Year, gives a lot of artifacts and resources for free. So folks, get ready. There's a lot of exciting stuff for you to look forward to, and Valentine's Day is no different. So I'm going to show you exactly how to complete the Valentine's Day event, and believe it or not, you don't even need Prophet Orbs to get yourself an artifact. Very exciting. Either way, before we go and do that, let me remind you about Patreon. If you're interested, it's a way you can support my channel financially and get yourself some rewards in return, such as access to account reviews, which we do on Tuesdays through Discord and Twitch, and it also gets you a few little bonus VIP special stuff on our Discord as well. If that's something you're interested in, you can click the link up there in the top corner of the screen to get more information. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. With this being a Prophet Orb and Fantasy Factory event, it should be no surprise we got a Prophet Orb and 5 sweet lollipops every day for logging in. Sweet lollipops are the currency needed for Fantasy Factory, and you get them throughout the week. You cannot save these for future events, so make sure that you use them this week as well. And the Prophet Orb is going to be useful. You can either use this week or save it for later, but I know a lot of people will be using their Prophet Orbs. So let's go start off by looking at cool events. We have the Jungle of Fantasy, which is coming to an end, so if you haven't already cashed these in, go ahead. You've got the Lantern Festival Collection, which is also part of that, so you hopefully were able to get some pretty high rewards from here. Value packages for this week are pretty standard. It's gems, Prophet Orbs, and lollipops, scaling with how much you're willing to spend. Worth noting, actually, that the top one gets you a little bit more because 35 doesn't divide easily. In fact, the bottom one is only getting you 3 because they can't give you 3.5 sweet lollipops. So bear in mind, $100 is actually better up top. That said, though, you will find there will be probably better things to spend your money on this week, unless, of course, you really do want to go max Valentine's Day. More on that later. Fantasy Factory is a way that you can go ahead and drop in the shapes. Shapes will go ahead and clear areas of the map like so, and you want to clear the map as cleanly as possible by using as few shapes as possible to make sure that you get yourself a clean clear, and with that done, you can go from edge to edge, squish it into the center, and then eventually you'll get yourself a ton of stars. You get a star for every hex cleared. You also get 20 for clearing a stage, and you can exchange those stars here in the store to get yourself some rewards. You need to spend 2 on each level to unlock the next level, so progressively working your way up, and aura stars are a star that you can purchase that can be used in future events, so it's a nice way of stockpiling your honey stars. Bear in mind the yellow stars, these honey stars, can only be used this week, so if you don't use them, they are lost. Make sure to cash them in. As well, we have Prophet Orbs. These are pretty standard. Every time you use a Prophet Orb, you'll get a point, and at 10 points, you'll get some 4 stars. At 20, you'll get a Fortress 5-star. We move down and down and down with your usual light and darks. Of course, we get soul symbols. This is big. I know a lot of people will want these. For 60, you'll get a Seer copy with a core, and for 80, you'll get an Arania. It was leaked last week that it was going to be a MKxJUMP here, so it's a shame that it's Arania, but you know what? I think they just copy and pasted the old event without actually changing the stuff, which is a low blow from the devs. I really expect more from them, considering they make so much money, but hey, guess they made a mistake. Oh well. Heroic Miracle, it's the same as well. Aspen was the advertised reward, but they've changed this to Vulcan, which is arguably better for a lot of people, so that's nice, but people earlier on might prefer Aspen, as he is probably a better hero than Vulcan in the early game, that's for sure, but definitely any late game player will appreciate a Vulcan, and also Awakening Vulcan copies can be pretty good if you get an A tier, as they do sell for a very good price on the auction house. The way to get Vulcan is to get 3 light 5-star summons, 3 dark 5-star summons, and then 5 5-stars in every other faction. If you do that, you'll not only unlock Vulcan, you'll get all the Prophet Orbs and scrolls advertised with the armor, and a ton of sweet lollipops as well to go ahead and help you in the Fantasy Factory. Now, most people in the Fantasy Factory, I should say, will probably get about 450 honey stars, which should take you down to this 9-star puppet. Or if you wanted, you can go ahead and get something else. But typically I recommend the 9-star puppet, as that will help you make progress. So 450 honey stars is probably the number to remember. If you do hit the jigsaw stage, though, that will give you even more. The jigsaw stage does give a lot of honey stars, so that can alter your numbers for better. So that's quite nice. So yeah, anyway, let's go check out the Valentine's Day stuff. This is going to be a little bit complicated. First of all, rather than going ahead and looking at all these crazy rewards here, I want to start with this thing called the Heartbeat Quest. Basically, for every 100 points you get, you'll get yourself 10 pure hearts, but when you get to 750, it starts being every 50 points, so 750, 800, 850, 900, etc, etc, etc. These hearts can also be obtained over here from this box. Basically, if you spend 500 gems, you can buy one of these boxes, open it, and you're guaranteed a heart from every open, along with one of the items here. You can get Prophet Orbs, you can get Scrolls, Celestial Island resources. If you see it here, there's a chance to get it. The chances are listed below. So this is quite nice, a nice way to obtain resources, but 500 is quite expensive. However, grabbing these hearts is important because they're needed here in the Love from Above rewards. Now, if you complete everything, you'll get all these pictured rewards, although I expect very few people to max this out, as actually the value isn't quite good to go all the way to the bottom of this. However, let's work our way through it. So we have Act 1. Basically, you need to go ahead and get the heartbeat progress to 15 here, but you can see it consumes 3 hearts to upgrade it. So that's going to use 45 hearts to go ahead and do it. You'll get various rewards as you go, all of which are listed here. So you can get yourself Star Spawn cores, you can get normal cores, you can get skin packages. Pretty much everything here is very, very nice. So this is definitely worth doing. I think most people will do this. In fact, if you can't, you've probably made a mistake. On top of that, for completing this, you can get yourself a mysterious artifact selection chest. Again, huge. This actually contains the new artifact as well, Gilded Purple Fan. And you can get this all totally free to play, because if you go ahead and remind yourself, to get these things, you need hearts. And this stage was 45 to complete. So where do we get 45 hearts? Well, as we said, you can buy 40 from here. That's 20,000 gems, but that might sound a little steep. So you can do other things to get them as well. Prophet Orbs can be used. For every 2 Prophet Orbs, you'll get 1 point. Let's bear that in mind. Honey Stars, remember how I said 450 Honey Stars is typical? Well, if you use 3, you'll get 1 point, so 150 is a very normal number down here. And you also get an additional point for getting a 5-star 30 times, so that's another 30 points. And for doing a 4-star or above Tavern Quest 20 times, which is super easy to do, you get yourself 20 more points. So by Honey Stars, 5 stars, and Tavern Quests, you should get 200 points, absolutely no problem. 200 points is going to get you 20 of these hearts, which means then if you have 12,500 gems, you can literally buy the rest of the hearts here without using a single Prophet Orb, and that is enough to complete Act 1, get all the rewards you can see pictured here, and an artifact chest. 12,500 gems for all of this and an artifact chest is nuts value. Definitely worth going ahead and doing that. And if you don't want an artifact for some reason, you can get a flag instead, and that can help you with your tenants, although typically that's something that later game players will want to do. Most of you new players, or pretty much most of you mid-game players too, should absolutely be chasing artifacts. You know who you are. Go ahead and enjoy. Act 2 is where things get a little different. This one actually costs 35. It might look like it's 45 because you can buy 9 things here, each for 5, but by buying them, you'll get 15 affection points. All you need to do is get Seer's affection to 100, and once it does reach 100, you unlock Act 3. So really, 15 all the way through 7 times gets you to 105, so you only need to buy 7 of these for 5 each, so that's 35 more hearts. So that means the first stage is 45, the next one is 35, so we need 80 hearts to go ahead and complete this. If we do complete this, that's another opportunity to pick up a mysterious artifact selection chest, or maybe you're at a stage really early on where you need spiritual essence, so you can snag that too, although typically I think most people are just going to go ahead and grab another artifact. Now, of course, to get those points, you would have to use your Prophet Orbs, and that's fine. Remember how you didn't have to actually use any Prophet Orbs at all for the first stage? So actually what we can do here is use Prophet Orbs to go ahead and get that in. If you have crazy enough 640 Prophet Orbs, that's just an additional 320 points, and that's going to get you all the way up and down here so that you can get even more of the pure hearts. And those pure hearts, of course, are going to help you out, guys. That's going to be another 30 of them. And remember, you needed 35 for that second stage, so of course you can top up the rest here using confession boxes. So that's going to take you to 30. You could, if you wanted to, after buying 30 of them, buy another 10, and that's actually less Prophet Orbs you'd have to use. In fact, you need 100 less points from Prophet Orbs that way, and that's 200 less Prophet Orbs spent. So bear that in mind, that actually you can use gems to offset Prophet Orbs, but if you have a lot of Prophet Orbs, it shouldn't be too difficult to go ahead and complete Act 2 as well. So do remember, it's 80 of these hearts to complete both Act 1 and Act 2. Now for spenders, Act 3 is a little different. Act 3 requires you to spend 1 heart and get 4 affection points. When that gets to 20, you get the option of going on a date, and the date costs 4 hearts to grab one of the listed rewards. There are 5 different dates to go on, so you need pretty much a total of 5 hearts to get to 20, plus 4 to go ahead and buy the reward. So it's 9 hearts for each reward, 5 dates. That's another 45 hearts you need to go ahead and complete this stage. And that is where we can get ourselves an Essence Sublimation Selection chest. Or if you want, half of a chest needed to get a core. Remember, you need 100 points for a core, so 50 isn't going to quite cut it. I would recommend Essence Sublimation here. So if you can go ahead and grab that, well, so you're going to need to get another 45 of these hearts to do so. So where else can we get hearts? Well, really, it's just by getting as many honey stars and prophet orbs done as possible. It is as simple as this says. The more prophet orbs you have, the more honey stars you have, the better progress you'll make. Now, fortunately, there is a package here which doubles our honey stars from Fantasy Factory. So if you wanted to go ahead and get yourself even more honey stars, this is one way to do it. But do be warned, this package does cost $100, and that may stir a lot of people off the price. And that's because there's a Love Diary VIP XP thing, which actually in the last few events like this has actually been where we get the ×2. It's been with the 5,000 VIP XP. Annoyingly, it's detached, so we can't really just spend $100 on whatever we want. You are forced to buy this package. That said, though, this is giving Starry Gems as a reward. You're getting 1,000 Prism Starry Gems from here, 10,000 VIP XP, which is $200, is giving you another 2,000 Prism Starry Gems. So in my opinion, the best thing spenders can do is go ahead and buy this package, and then buy 2,500 Prism Starry Gems to get the additional 3,000 with the 300 here, so that's 3,300 Prism Starry Gems, and all the other pictured stuff. Bearing in mind, we're getting a Glorious Flag and an artifact from this, and 100 Love Notes, which can be used to purchase skins. That's something we haven't mentioned yet, but of course, with gems and with these Love Notes, you can get 50 as well from going through Act 1. It's available here as a prize. You can go ahead and consume those Love Notes to grab whatever skins you fancy. All of these are festival limited, so they're hard to obtain and can be used with skin bonds or to give to heroes that will benefit you. I know a lot of people, if you're using Mockman, will definitely enjoy the Forkis skin, as this will allow Forkis to be a better tenant, as when upgraded, it will give him 6% extra attack. This is a really, really important skin to grab for anyone wanting to run a Mockman-focused account. As well, the Mockman skin is here, and that gives damage reduction, HP, and attack. So anyone wanting to push a Mockman can, of course, grab that as well. But there's other good skins here. We've got a Swordflash skin, we got Jara's skin. There's a lot to enjoy, and go ahead and grab whatever it is that you guys need. So yeah, the VIP event's giving all these crazy rewards. We've got this chest here that gives these rare artifacts, which can be destroyed for almost workshop materials. And all in all, it's a pretty solid way of spending. Now, would I recommend people continue to spend and go ahead and get themselves loads of these hearts by maxing out Fantasy Factory and getting all the stuff they can, all the Prophet Orbs used? Arguably, not really. Act 4 doesn't really give too much. It's giving you options to get an armor chest there. You can go ahead and get more 5 stars, and you have to go and go and go, and it costs you actually another 45 hearts to max out all of the rewards here. There's a 9-star here. I don't even know why that's a choice. Like, a 9-star is food regardless what faction it's in, so I was confused by that. 100 relics. Like, nothing here is exciting, apart from maybe 250,000 stellar shards, but I'm not spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do that. And obviously, you've also got to be able to be good at your Fantasy Factory and make some decent progress there too, to even be able to have all the rewards you can see pictured. Carrying on going, you can see there's a Void Egg selection chest, which is okay. You only can pick 3 here, so obviously you'd ignore the Light and Dark Elite heroes, grab the Artifact Shard, grab the 400 Contract Story Gems, but that doesn't even offset the spending you've done. And then finally a 10-star Puppet. All of that just for another selection chest for sublimation. I'm sorry, but that's just not good value compared to like a Transcendence event. So personally, I would just say no to all of this and just not even bother with Act 4. If I was a spender, I would do Act 3 and just stop, right? That's my one sub chest this week. And if you're an idiot who wants to spend absolutely tons of money on this game, who doesn't care because you have loads of money, then totally fine. By all means, go nuts with your money, go crazy. That's totally on you. Go ahead and grab the other chest, but I really don't think it's good value. Because the other thing with Fantasy Factory, which bothers me, is you are forced to buy what's available in the shop, and you can't buy things multiple times. So you have to go ahead and buy all these different things to make those rewards count. And even looking at some of the rewards here, they're not actually that great. This is okay, right? right? 2 million of a particular Celestial Island resource, but the stuff before it's not even good. And I know a lot of heavy spenders don't even worry about food because they don't need it. I personally have no use for 9-star and 10-star food because my issue is promotion stones, so I can't even make that much progress. So that's a little annoying. So as I said, I think the best strategy for spenders here is just to stockpile on starry gems this week by using this VIP drop thing to go ahead and purchase as many starry gems as you can. And if you want to, sacrifice 2,500 starry gems to go and buy this new skin for Asmodel, which I will say is actually pretty solid. It's giving attack, crit damage, and damage reduction. This is the best Asmodel skin by far, and being someone who uses him, I'm very attracted to this skin. I think it looks terrible. It really does. I think it's a hideous looking skin, but stat wise it's very, very good. But yeah, I guess buying this for $100 to get the double privilege is still a nice thing to do to maximize your Honey Star rewards, which will of course go ahead and allow you to make it much easier to get to Act 3. So yeah, to summarize, free-to-play players can enjoy by doing nothing. No Prophet Orbs needed an artifact this week. As I said, all you have to do is spend 12,500 gems and make sure you do what you can to the best of your ability in the Fantasy Factory. If you do have a lot of Prophet Orbs, you might even squeeze out another artifact here, which is excellent. That's for people who have saved. If you haven't saved, don't worry, you're still getting a load of good stuff here, so it's a winner for newer players and established players alike. Spenders can go ahead and get this next stage, and I don't recommend stage 4 at all. Next week looks pretty nice. We have an event preview showing us Viking Saga is returning. This is a way you can get skins for your Cloud Island and your Celestial Island. So if you ever see people with a Cloud Island that looks a bit like mine, where the levels are purple and 5 more than they should be, that's because we have skins that give +5 to the level of the building. So this is really, really powerful. And of course, if you go ahead and fully skin out a home area, you can actually get your prosperity really high, which actually gives you more rewards. So yeah, looking forward to the Viking Saga event as an opportunity for people who haven't already got those skins to pick them up, and it should result in quite a nice Wishing Fountain and Mysterious Chest and Sky Labyrinth event. Likely this might even be giving us a free-to-play artifact for using our wishing coins. We'll just have to wait and see, but I'm expecting really good things from next week's event as well. So yeah, free-to-play season is upon us. Tons of good rewards for you guys to go out and enjoy, and I hope you guys sink your teeth into this week and get yourself another artifact totally for free, just for 12,500 gems. If you do have Prophet Orbs, let me know in the comment section, because I know a lot of you budget players or even spenders have been sitting on a massive pile of Prophet Orbs, and perhaps even getting yourself 2 artifacts might be quite fun for you guys this week too. I'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and to catch more event reviews, hit that subscribe button and join me on a Friday. Until then, of course, have a good week, and happy idling.